Okay, so we got the package from Rogers Chevrolet, the color matched antenna. The return shipping for the core, you got to send yours back to Rogers Chevrolet. Nice letter from the parts manager, and then some pretty detailed instructions. In my opinion, some of this stuff doesn't apply, but I am not a professional mechanic, and I'll show you how I did it. I did not follow the instructions that came with the box, but again, as you can see, they did a pretty good job with the package, so we'll get started. Okay, tools for the job. You need a flathead, a bigger flathead to help you access the rear fasteners for the headliner. They're just plastic fasteners that push up into the headliner, but to get them out, you need someone to pry them down so you can get your fingers in there and then start wiggling them and pulling them out, which you'll see in a little bit. You need a 10mm socket. I would use a 1/4" ratchet just because there's not a lot of room up there underneath the headliner. A small flathead screwdriver for getting the connectors apart. They're kind of hooked in there, and you need to stick the screwdriver in there to pop open the hook, and then you can pull the connector out. And then an 8mm nut driver if you have it, or you can use a ratchet, either one, for removing the coat hooks from the headliner to get it down. Okay, we got to remove these from the headliner. There's two in the back. This one I've already pulled out. It goes right there. I don't know if you can see that, but basically you just have to get your fingers underneath it, wiggle it around, and try to twist it and turn it until you can get it to come out. And the other one is right there. We're going to get that one next. Okay, again, the best way to do this is just to try to get your fingers underneath it and twist, pull, and wiggle, and it'll slowly start to work its way out. Not the easiest thing to do. Don't pull too hard. But if you just keep working it, eventually it'll come out. There we go. I hate these things. Okay, we've got the fasteners out of the rear section of the headliner. Now we need to remove the coat hangers. Actually, you got to be careful with these because you can break these off, but what you do is you just get inside this tab and flip it open. Now when you do that, you have to be careful because it's actually hanging on by a little piece of plastic back there, and it's supposed to just hang there. Well, I've actually accidentally broke mine, so just so you can see, be careful when you pop that open not to break that edge. So it really doesn't matter much. It still slides back on and it'll hold itself in place, and it's not a big deal, but if you just have to have it the same way, be careful when you pull those off because it will snap off just like that. Get that off. Alright, now that we've got coat hooks removed, the rear fasteners removed, all we have to do is remove the C-pillar cover, and all we really need to do is just pull it away, and the upper cover around the rear window, the rear side window. Okay, the easiest way is to get your finger right in here and just pull it away. And don't pull too hard, but you do have to kind of put some oomph behind it, and it just kind of pops away. There you go. Again, don't jerk it off because you'll just pull everything out, and that would be a bad thing. And you can just see it just kind of sits in there nice. There's a fastener in there that keeps it attached so it doesn't actually come off, so keep that in mind. Alright, then the same thing down here. You just want to get your fingers underneath there and just pop it away, just to give yourself some play when we pull the headliner out. And that's probably pretty good. Alright. Okay, now the directions that come with the kit tell you to completely remove the headliner. So to do that, you got to remove both A-pillar covers like we did on the C-pillar, and you have to remove the dome light and that control center up front. To me, it's just more work than's necessary, so all I'm going to do is just reach back here and kind of work the headliner out and just kind of pull it down in a way. Just be careful not to crease it. Kind of work your way down. It just kind of push up on it and pull it out away from the side of the car, then you'll see that it just kind of flops down. You don't have to pull hard. Again, this will crease and bend, but it just kind of comes down. Then come back here to the C-pillar, and you just kind of want to pull everything down until you get enough room, and then it just slides off. The intent is really about right here. It's really not that far from the rear window. Okay, now looking back, you can see I've got the headliner pulled down. I've wedged my shop light up in here so I can see. Basically what you got to do is you got to kind of slide your head through this opening and rest it up here, and then look back up underneath or above the headliner. So take the camera and I'll kind of put it up there so you guys can see what's going on. But that's basically where everything's at. The connectors are right there where my finger's pointing, and the bolt is back there that we have to loosen and get access to. So I'll kind of turn the camera, put it back in there so you get a better view. But that's it. That's all we have to mess with. So we unplug those two connectors, loosen that bolt, and we're good to go. Okay, the hardest part about this whole thing is getting these connectors out. If you're not used to working blind, this can be a pain in the butt, but you actually have to pull up. There's a little tab back here. It's kind of a lock tab, and it helps to have a small screwdriver. Stick that small screwdriver in there, unlock the tab. You can hear me flicking it with my fingernail. That's what actually allows you to release this. Do not just try to yank these out of here, because they're locked in, both of them. The green one and the blue one. So like I said, you got to reach on the back side, unlock that little tab, and then it'll allow you to pull these out. Okay, the best way I can show you on how to get these connectors out is to show you with the screwdriver. So on the back side, kind of hold it at an angle and wiggle it in there, and you'll kind of feel it slips underneath the lock. Get it in there, and then if you can, grab the connector and pull it out. Let's try again. Get the screwdriver under the lock, grab the connector, pull. Oh, almost. There we go. Cool. That's how it works. From this angle, you can see there's the lock that we're messing with to get that to release. Okay, and here's the lock on the green connector. Again, it's the same thing. It's in the back, and this one's a little more wiggly because it's not quite as secured as the other one, but you can just get it back in there, feel the screwdriver go into that lock, and then that will allow you to pull that out. Again, not the easiest thing to do in the world, especially if you're kind of having to do it blind like I am, because I didn't pull the headliner all the way out. Okay, once you get the wires loose, put the ratchet on there, and just work the bolt loose. It's kind of time consuming, it's a little bit of a pain, you don't have a lot of room, but that's what you got to do. Just keep working that until you can get it off. Okay, from here you just really need to be careful that you just don't scratch the paint, but you just pick it up, and you can see underneath there's that plastic clip. It kind of holds everything in place. Just pull the antenna out of that clip and try to get that clip out through the top. It's hard to do with one hand, but there we go. There we go. Just pull it all out.